Have you ever wondered what is truly hidden beneath the dark, pitch-black waters of the deepest lake on the planet? People often praise the beauty of Lake Baikal as a precious jewel in the heart of Russia, but few dare to mention the enormous shadow looming over it. Here, the boundary between legend and reality, between ancient monsters and extraterrestrial technology, seems to have been erased. Be careful, because what you are about to hear is not a fairy tale, but classified files that have never been decoded about one of the most mysterious places in the world. Located in the southern region of the icy Siberian lands, Lake Baikal is not only the oldest and deepest freshwater lake in the world, but also the burial ground of secrets that give scientists headaches and send chills down the spines of local residents. Hidden beneath its calm beauty are humanity's biggest questions about the presence of forces that do not belong to Earth. The indigenous Buryat people, who have lived for generations along the lake, still whisper in fear about the existence of a giant monster they call Lusud Khan, which means Water Dragon King with armored waters. Even ancient Chinese explorers who once set foot here recorded seeing a gigantic creature lurking beneath the deep blue water, revering it as the lake god or dragon. Not only passed down by word of mouth, the evidence of this obsession has been carved into stone. On a cliff near the lake, ancient engravings dating from the 3rd to the 9th century BC were found. The ancient artwork vividly depicts a mysterious water creature shaped like a gigantic lizard, with a split tongue, sharp claws, and a spiked armor running along its back. If Scotland has the Loch Ness Monster, then this vast Russian lake is also hiding a terror beneath its 600-meter-deep abyss where sunlight cannot reach. But if monsters are merely fears of the past, then in modern times, Lake Baikal has become the stage for even more frightening phenomena: UFOs and extraterrestrials. These mysteries do not come from baseless rumors, but from leaked classified documents of the former Soviet Union. One of the most shocking incidents recorded was the aviation disaster of 1958. At that time, a Soviet passenger aircraft, the Tupolev Tu-154, suddenly crashed and plunged straight into the icy water. The investigation report later revealed a detail that sent chills down the spines of anyone who read it. The crash had nothing to do with technical failure or pilot error. The real cause was that the aircraft had been relentlessly chased by an enormous UFO, causing the pilot to lose control. The fear of strange beings in Baikal reached its peak in 1982, but this time at the bottom of the lake. A bizarre story was recounted by Soviet naval divers themselves, becoming one of the most mysterious military files of the 20th century. During a training dive, a team of elite Navy divers unexpectedly encountered giant humanoid beings at a depth of 50 meters. These beings were up to 3 meters tall, wore no oxygen tanks, and only wore tight silver suits. When the divers attempted to approach and capture them, an invisible, terrifying force pushed them violently toward the surface. The consequences of the encounter were catastrophic. 3 soldiers died instantly due to pressure, and 4 others were seriously injured. In public, the government denied everything, dismissing it as supernatural nonsense. But their silence only made people believe even more that beneath the thick ice lay an underground base of another civilization. Not only the military, but even scientists became victims of this mystery. In 1977, when a Soviet scientific research submersible descended to a depth of 1,200 meters, its spotlight system suddenly went out, plunging the scientists into absolute cold darkness. But the true horror came immediately after. An extremely bright white light from outside suddenly shone directly at the submersible, so intense that it blinded the camera system. Just a few seconds later, the light vanished without a trace. What was that light? Why did it appear at a depth rarely reached by humans? Subsequent data also showed that the lake's bioluminescence level changed strangely throughout the year, especially increasing sharply from January. Could that be a sign of spacecraft activity hiding beneath the lake? These phenomena did not only occur in remote areas, but right before the eyes of ordinary people. On the night of April 17, 1987, in the lakeside village of Kurma, 13 residents witnessed a scene they could never forget. According to Valeri, a local villager, they saw a gigantic flying saucer with a diameter of up to 70 meters hovering just 150 meters above the ground. For the center of the saucer, eerie purple luminescent beams were emitted, and through its bright yellow windows, they felt a strange sense of closeness. The terrifying part was the absolute silence. The massive saucer emitted no sound at all, while the dogs on the ground barked frantically and the cattle bellowed in panic. By 1990, in another town 300 kilometers away, people again saw a disc-shaped object about 30 meters in diameter, radiating a brilliant golden light, illuminating the surroundings and the faces of the witnesses. Yet they could not see its metallic surface or any specific structure. Not only stopping at flying objects, the contact with another civilization seemed to take one step closer. Another witness, Mrs. Margarita Tsibakova, recounted her chilling experience when she saw strange beings stepping out of those spacecraft. According to her, only those who fell from the sky could possess such shiny, magically shimmering outfits. She recalled the image of 3 strange entities in suits radiating a bright golden light. What was astonishing was that they looked very similar to humans. These beings had slender, upright bodies, also had 2 arms, 2 legs, and a steady walking posture, just like us, except their height was slightly shorter. Mrs. Margarita described them stepping down from the craft, moving in their striking orange suits. However, as soon as these beings noticed human eyes watching them, they immediately returned to their spacecraft and flew away, leaving the witnesses in utter shock. Their presence was not limited to just a few villages. Even the manager of the nearby nature reserve remembered the moment he saw a strange object tearing across the sky. He called it a fireball, flying at a terrifying speed until it completely disappeared beyond the horizon, leaving him with an agonizing question that would never be answered. What was it really? Besides the direct encounters, Lake Baikal also contains undeniable physical anomalies. Over the past 50 years, records of the magnetic field around the lake basin have become increasingly strange and intense. People often observed gigantic water columns suddenly shooting into the air without any warning, followed by masses of dead fish drifting onto the shore. Scientists tried to explain that it was caused by gas accumulating at the bottom of the lake and exploding, but this explanation never satisfied the skeptics, because these complicated waters are also the graveyard that has sunk countless boats. Local people remember these deadly coordinates by heart and regard them as cursed zones, where once you enter, it is difficult to return. One of the most shocking scientific pieces of evidence about Baikal's anomalies appeared in 2009. From the International Space Station, ISS, astronauts captured a photo that stunned the entire world. A perfect circle with a diameter of up to 4.4 kilometers appeared prominently on the frozen surface of the lake. How could nature create such a geometrically perfect shape on such an enormous scale? Just 2 years after that mysterious photograph, the lake claimed more unfortunate victims. In June 2011, a boat named Yamaha departed from a village in the Kabansk region with 4 experienced crew members. But they never returned. Even though large-scale search operations were launched, strangely, not a single piece of debris, not a drop of oil, nor any clue was found. Some theories suggest that unusual whirlpools with terrifying suction power dragged the boat straight to the lake's bottom. But many others believe in a far more frightening theory. Those whirlpools are actually spatial gateways, pathways leading to another world, or even the hell that extraterrestrials have established here. Clearly, Lake Baikal is not just a beautiful and remote natural masterpiece of Russia. It is a living museum containing anomalies, both natural and unnatural. The answers still lie silent beneath the 1,600-meter deep layers of mud, waiting for the day humanity becomes brave enough to decode them. At this point, perhaps you, like me, are wondering whether we are truly alone on this planet, or deep within the Earth's most hidden places, there are still neighbors quietly observing us every single day. Lake Baikal remains there, cold and mysterious, challenging all human understanding. If you felt chills from the mysteries of this deadly water region, don't forget to leave a like and share this video so more people can know about the truth that is being hidden. What do you think about those whirlpools and the beings in silver suits? Leave a comment below to let us know. And most importantly, hit the subscribe button for the UFO Mysteries channel right now so you won't miss the next classified files. Thank you for accompanying us on this dramatic journey of exploration. Goodbye, and see you in the next mysteries.